All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. You are now tuned in to Sincerely Sadrina, and tonight's episode is going to be on forgiveness. Yes, forgiveness. Heavy, right? It is so important. It is so important that you learn how to forgive. Oh, it's so important. I can't stress it enough. It is vital to your existence to learn how to forgive, because when you carry a heart of unforgiveness, right? When you carry around that spirit of holding a grudge, it kills you. It rots you from the inside out. I can't stress it enough. And I know a lot of people hear it all the time, and a lot of people feel it a lot of the time. When you're holding that animosity against someone, you hold it in your body. You hold it in your bones. It's a heaviness. It's a heaviness. So tonight's video, we're going to let go. We're going to let go. And I'm going to give you 3 steps, right? And 3 reasons of why it's so important to just forgive. Just forgive. Number 1, forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you. It's for you. And believe me, I used to be one of those people that was hard for me to wrap my head around. Because I was one of those people, I felt like, well, if I forgive them, they're going to think that it's okay. No. If I hold on to that unforgiveness, I say it's okay. I give them that power. When I forgive them, I take my power back. I take my power back. And the number 1 reason of why it's so important to take your power back by forgiving someone is because it frees you. It frees you. Like, sincerely, it is so hard to let go of pain, to let go of disappointment, agony, hurt, but it is harder to hold on to it. Which leads me into my second point. When you walk around with a grudge, when you walk around being that person that won't forgive someone, it's going to be very hard for you to be forgiven by someone else. Because we all need mercy and grace sometimes. And I know it's so hard saying sorry, but you want to know why it's so hard saying sorry? It's not hard saying sorry. It's hard giving someone else that power of saying sorry to them, because then they have the power to forgive you or not. They have the power to forgive you or not. And when we don't extend forgiveness on other people, the universe is very fair. It's going to be a day you're going to have to apologize. It's going to be a day, even if you don't give the apology, you're going to want to get that forgiveness. And what is the saying? You get what you give. So you don't give forgiveness, you don't extend mercy and grace, you won't get it. And a day will come that you will need it. You will want it so bad. Your desire for it is going to be so high, and it could be over something so small. So small. And that's why the reasoning behind that is to learn how to say I'm sorry just for small things. For small things. Because it will make it so much easier to let your ego go, to let your pride down, and to say I'm sorry, which will then make it easier to let your ego go and your pride go and actually forgive. And last but not least, 3rd reason why it's so important to forgive is because it's a lesson in forgiveness. It's so much knowledge, oh my God, in forgiveness. Because see, when you forgive, for you to forgive, you have to understand. For you to truly forgive, you have to understand what happened and why it happened. You know, like people always say, you know, you can never, what are you saying sorry for? What are you saying? What are you forgiving for? Why are you forgiving this person? See, you got to do the work, and a lot of people don't want to do the work. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't want to forgive people, because they don't understand what they're supposed to forgive. They don't understand why the other person is truly sorry. And they don't want to do the work. So it's easier to just not forgive them, not to do the work. And I'm telling you right now, that easy way out of just turning the cold shoulder, turning the cheek and a blind eye to it, and not doing the work and actually getting to an understanding of why this person is or is not sorry, and why you should forgive them regardless of if they are or if they aren't, that's where the bigger work comes in. That's where the bigger work comes into play. Because let's really get into it. A lot of the things that we need forgiveness on, or we have to forgive someone else on, is all a misunderstanding. And that's a bigger piece of it, is a misunderstanding, because everything is perception, right? Everything is perception. And when we really believe that our reality is someone else's reality, that's what makes it hard to forgive. When I say a misunderstanding, I take no validity from what has or has not happened, right? That made you so angry. What someone did or didn't do, said or didn't say, that made you feel like they should be sorry, and whether they are or whether they aren't, you're not gonna forgive them. You're just not gonna let it go. You that I forgive, but I never forget. We forget things all the time, and we sometimes forget the most important stuff. It slips our mind. But how is something as petty? Let's get into it. Because see, it's petty. It's very petty for you not to forgive. It's powerful when you can forgive someone. Oh, it's so much power in it when you can forgive someone. It's so much power in forgiveness. It's so much power in forgiving people. It's so much power in forgiving people who are not sorry. It's so much power in forgiving people that don't even know that they should be sorry. It's power in forgiving people that don't even know that you forgave them. It's so much power in it. So why not practice that power? Why not? Because see, when we choose not to forgive someone, we tell people that they can't change. And we all know how we feel about not forgiving someone. Feelings change. Just like as people, as humans, we can change. But see, when we choose not to forgive someone, we're telling them that they can't change. And then ultimately, if we're telling them that they can't change, guess what? We're telling ourselves that we can't change. And that's what makes it hard for us to even forgive ourselves. And I know I already gave you guys the 3 reasons and the steps on how to forgive. But let me give you a bonus. See, when we don't forgive others, it really is a mirror on why we can't forgive ourselves. Because see, a lot of us need to be forgiving ourselves. A lot of us need to be saying sorry to ourselves. To ourselves. We need to forgive the old us. And we need to apologize to the new us. But see, we can't do it for ourselves. Because see, it's how are we going to give ourselves something that we haven't given other people? And see, we don't want to give it to other people because we can't give it to ourselves. What do I look like for giving someone something that I can't give me? Forgiving someone else when I can't forgive me? Do the work, people. Do the work. And I'm so passionate, I'm so passionate about this topic of forgiveness because I've been there. I'm not telling you nothing. Nothing is new underneath the sun. I'm not telling you anything that I have not lived myself. I've heard every excuse because I've said it. I already know what you're sitting there thinking at this computer. Oh, yeah, she talk a good game, but nothing. But nothing, because it's not a game. It's not a game. Learn to be sorry. Don't just say it, be it. Learn to forgive people. Learn to accept other people's forgiveness and learn to give it. Learn to give it. Your life will be much easier. Oh my God, your life will be much more prosperous. A lot of stuff can't grow because you're still holding on to dead weights. You're still holding on. And it's dead. It's dead. You're dead on the inside. Holding all of that. Carrying all of that. You are heavy. Carrying all of that. You want to know what made me so much lighter? internally and made my external so much brighter, made my world so much better, my being so much more whole, is when I chose to let go and let God, when I chose to forgive. When I forgave old friends that betrayed me. When I chose to say sorry to past intimate partners. When I granted forgiveness to my own parent. When I gave mercy and grace to strangers and enemies. It made my life so much better. And I want better for you. I want better for everyone, but you have to let go. And you will get better. You will get better. You will be your best self if you forgive. So I gave you the steps. I gave you my story. Now what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What speaks to you? What speaks to you? Because when you choose not to forgive, something is still there. Something is still there. So you have to figure out what's there, why it's there, and when to remove it. When to remove it. I'm not saying this video is going to change your mentality towards it, that you're going to wake up, tomorrow and just be this forgiving person. It takes time. It takes time, but time heals all wounds. But see, you stop your clock when you don't forgive. But you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith. If you sat through this video, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And also thank yourself. A lot of the times it's very hard for us to consume content that stirs something up in us, right? It's very hard to consume content that forces us to see things that we don't want to see, or feel things that we don't want to feel, or hear things that we don't want to hear. But I encourage you that if you are here right now, you are right where you are supposed to be. God placed it on my heart to give you guys this message. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, and that's because I've been doing the work, people. I can't sit here in front of you and tell you what to do and steps and tips and tricks, and I'm not doing it myself. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing night, wherever you are, and love you.